Hello everyone. This video is going to be a Sun Salutation inspired practice. Sorry it's a couple days late. My week got away from me. We will begin in downward facing dog. Just kind of pedal out, connect to your breath. Tailbone reaching up, relax your head, relax your neck. And slowly step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe into the back of your legs. Breathe into your lower back. Then root to rise. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Setting your intention, being present in the space that you are in. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your left foot back, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up, palms meet. Frame your front foot, step back, plank, and lower down knees, chest, chin. Feet side back, cobra on the inhale. Exhale, release it down. First go around, sit it back into child's pose. Downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Arms reach up overhead. Frame your front foot. Step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full inhale, arms reaching up. Swan dive, forward fold. Lengthen your spine. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Frame your front foot. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Sliding the feet and legs back, full inhale, cobra. Exhale, releases you down. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Low lunge, inhale. Exhale, frame your foot. Step it forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, palms meet at the top. Hands to heart center. Arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Left foot steps back, low lunge. Frame. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, release down. Downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward, low lunge. Frame your front foot, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Full inhale, arms reaching up. Swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step your right foot back, low lunge. Frame your foot, find your plank. Knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, releases you down. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, low lunge. Frame your front foot, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart center. Standing on your left foot, let's come into tree pose. So in between our sun salutations, we're going to be practicing some balancing postures, and we will hold each side for about 10 full inhales, 10 full exhales. So standing on the left foot, try not to lock your knee, keeping the leg slightly bent. Try not to grip with your front toes. And have your right foot either be on your calf or like I am doing in my upper thigh. And switching sides, standing on the right foot, lifting the left leg up. So you can see a little bit better on this side. You can see where I placed my left foot. It's to my inner right thigh. I'm drawing my left knee back, opening up my hip. My hands are overhead with my palms together. Just stay connected to your breath. Focus on something in front of you that isn't moving. Release it down. Inhale, arms reach up. Swan dive, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back into plank. Exhale, lowering all the way. So from here, let's come into locust. So to start, have your feet and your legs apart. Reaching your arms back, keep gazing down towards the top of your mat. Placing the feet, frame your chest, cobra, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Press it up into high plank, downward facing dog. Keeping the feet hip distance apart, ripple through your spine, find your plank again. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, keep gazing forward, downward facing dog. So we're going to do this about 2 more times. So just a different take on Surya Namaskar A. Step forward, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, inhale all the way up, exhale, hands to heart center. Think about 2 more times, inhale, arms reach up, dive through the midline, forward fold, lengthen, gazing down, step back into plank, lower all the way down, and come back into locust. Breathing here, engaging your hamstrings, your glutes, as well as your lower back. Then plant the feet, frame the chest, cobra. Exhale, release. Press it up, high plank. Send it back, down dog. Inhale it forward, high plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take about 3 cycles of breath here. Navel drawn in. Head is relaxed, tailbone is lifted, and keep sending your heels down towards the floor. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to heart center. Last time, full inhale. Dive through the midline, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. And step it back, plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Locust. So this time my feet were together, my heels were together, and I interlaced my fingers back behind me to open up my chest more. Still gazing down. Still using my lower body to lift as well as my lower back. My navel's drawn in away from the mat. Separate the feet, plant the hands, cobra, inhale. Exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, high plank, downward facing dog. On the inhale, undulate forward, find your plank again. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So high on your toes, bend your knees, step forward. Halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, inhale all the way up, palms meet at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center. Just deepening your breath. Arms reach up overhead. Dive through the midline, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step back, plank. As you exhale, lower all the way down. So feet are together, heels are together. This variation of locust that I'm doing, my arms are somewhat like in chaturanga, drawing my elbows in towards each other. I'm gazing down, my navel's drawing in towards my spine, my legs are active. Relaxing the feet, lifting up into cobra on the inhale. Exhale, release it down. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, high plank, downward facing dog. Undulate it forward, find your plank on the inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, gaze forward, not up. And downward facing dog, bring it back. Do that a couple more times. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open up the hip. Slowly release your right foot down. Lifting your left leg up, bend your knee, open up the hip. And slowly release it down. Take your time, walk your hands back. Peace fingers around your big toes, Padangusthasana, lengthen, and exhale, fold over your legs with your elbows pointed back. Keep rocking the weight forward, keep lifting your tailbone up. Have this be very active as you draw up with your peace fingers pressed down with your big toes and draw your navel in. Halfway lift. Soft bend in your knees, hands to your waist, lift all the way up. arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take your time walking forward. And coming into tree pose on the left side. So that was our last Sun Salutation A variation. So standing on your left foot, taking your right foot to either above or below your left knee. And keep drawing your right knee back, keeping it in line with your hip. As you reach your arms up overhead, maybe palms press, depending on the openness in your shoulders. Continue to deepen your breath and slowly come into standing hand to big toe pose. So hook your peace fingers around your right big toe, lengthen through the crown of your head as your left arm reaches up, and extend through your right heel. So depending on how open your right hamstring is, your right knee can be slightly bent, but really trying not to lean your torso forward. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. Draw your navel in and keep drawing your right shoulder back as well as your right hip. Breaking the pose, hands to heart center. And take your time, switch sides. So again, finding tree pose on the right side. Continue to deepen your breath and find standing hand to big toe pose on the right side here. So peace fingers around your left big toe, extending through the left heel. Right arm reaches up. And slowly come out of it. Hands to heart center, deepen your breath. And slowly reach your arms up and sit low in your chair. So coming into a variation of Surya Namaskar B, bring your hands to heart center. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, keeping your knees in line. And pour the weight into your heels and lengthen through the crown of your head. And slowly come back through center. Hands to your heart. Take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, keeping your knees in line. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. Draw your navel in and continuing to sit your tailbone low. With your inhale, come back through center And straighten your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And slowly drop your tailbone, bend your knees, reach the arms forward, coming into Navasana boat pose. So straightening the legs, reach your arms forward, draw your navel in. Try not to sink into your lower back. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. And lower down into low boat, flex your feet. Send your lower back down, navel drawn in. And flexing through your feet, keep drawing your navel in. Soles of the feet flat down, bend into your knees, come into bridge. So interlace the fingers underneath you, tuck your shoulders underneath, engage your glutes, keep lifting your hips, keep lifting your chest up towards your chin, deepening your breath. We will be here for 10 full inhales, 10 full exhales. Slowly lower down, lift your legs, and take your arms out to a T. Keep your legs straight, feet together, inner ankles together. Drop your legs over to the right and gaze towards your left. And keeping your left shoulder grounded, keep reaching through your heels, then lifting your legs back up and drop your legs over to the left and gaze over towards your right. Lifting your legs up, hug your knees into your chest, rock it up, plant your hands, jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, keep gazing forward, not up. Downward facing dog. And stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling, bend your knee, open up the hip. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, straighten out the right leg. Right knee, left tricep. Three-legged, stretch it straight. And then right knee, right tricep. Bring it back, three-legged dog, and find Virabhadrasana 1. Reach your arms up, palms press. Interlace the fingers back behind you. Bring the heels of the hands together, palms together. Exhale, humbled warrior. Diving to the inside of your front leg and keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Inhale, reaching the arms up, warrior 1. Frame your front foot, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, keep lengthening through the crown of your head. And downward facing dog, switching sides. Lift your left leg, bend your knee, open up the hip. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged. Left knee, right tricep. Three-legged dog. Left knee, left tricep. Three-legged. Warrior 1. Arms reach up, palms press, interlace your fingers back behind you, open up your chest, draw the shoulder blades towards one another, dive forward, keep shifting your left hip back, right hip forward, navel drawn in. Inhale, arms reach up. Frame your left foot, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Coming into dolphin, so bring your thumbs to touch, palms are flat, your elbows are about shoulder width apart. Keep drawing your elbows and your forearms in towards each other instead of away from each other. Keep your feet together and keep sending your heels down towards the mat. Coming back into down dog. And separate your feet. Toes are pointed out, heels are in. And drop it into a Malasana squat. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head, dropping your tailbone down. If your heels are not touching the mat, you can grab a towel or a blanket and place them underneath your heels to somewhat bring the mat up closer to you. You'll still get the same benefit of opening up your lower back, your outer hips, and your inner thighs. And coming up to standing, bring your hands to heart center. Then slowly take your time, walk to the top of your mat. And we are going to do that sequence again. And with reaching your arms up, sit low in your chair, hands to heart center. Take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And this time you can part your arms to make the twist be a little bit more deeper. If that's comfortable for you. If not, just keep your hands at heart center. Deepening your breath here. And coming back through center, arms reach up, hands to the heart, right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Taking 5 full inhales, 5 full exhales here. You can part your arms like you did on the other side. Keep lengthening through the crown of your head. Keep sitting your tailbone low. And keep opening up through the top shoulder. Coming back through center, straighten your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your forehead towards your shins. Halfway lift. Bending your knees. Slowly have a seat, reaching the arms straight out. And extend your legs. So feet are together, toes are pointed. Deepening your breath here. So holding Navasana and then coming into your low boat. Keep reaching through your heels, navel drawn in, send your lower back down. And draw your knees into your chest, plant your feet, and come back into bridge. So lifting your hips, interlace the fingers underneath you, tuck your shoulders underneath, and we will be here for 10 full inhales, 10 full exhales. Keep engaging your glutes, pressing into the inner arches of your feet. Keep drawing your navel in towards your spine. Deepen your breath. And slowly lower down, lift your legs up. And hug your right knee into your chest. Take a spinal twist. So right shoulder is grounded as you guide your right knee over towards the left. If it's comfortable for you, you can gaze towards your right hand or just keep gazing up towards the ceiling. Take your time, switch sides. Just kind of feel and just kind of notice the difference between sides. And draw your left knee back through center, hug it in, and rock it up to seated. Plant your hands, jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, gaze forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting your right leg up, bend your knee, open up the hip. Knee to nose, exhale. 3-legged, right knee, left tricep. 3-legged dog. And right knee, right tricep. Bring your shoulders over your wrist when you do this. And find warrior 1. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace the fingers back behind you. Open up your chest. Humbled warrior. So keeping your right knee in line with your right ankle. Keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Lifting your arms up. Frame your front foot. Step back into plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Same thing on the left side. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring the shoulders forward. Three-legged. Left knee, right tricep. Shoulders come forward. Three-legged. Left knee, left tricep. Three-legged dog. Warrior one. Spin the back heel down. Arms reach up overhead. Interlace the fingers back behind you. Open up your chest. And exhale, humbled warrior. Inhale, arms reach up, pressing at the top. Frame your left foot, step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Drop it into dolphin. Palms are flat, thumbs are touching. And keep trying to walk the feet in as much as you can as you release your heels towards the mat and sending your tailbone up towards the ceiling. So creating space in your shoulders as well as strengthening. Then press it up, downward facing dog. Separate the feet. Have your toes out, heels in, walk the hands back, come back into Malasana. You can close your eyes here, just connect to your breath, just noticing how your body's feeling. Again, you can grab a towel or a blanket to place underneath your heels. Pressing into the feet, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Walking to the top of your mat. Coming into that balancing sequence, we are going to add dancer's pose to this. So standing on your left foot, come into tree pose. So just noticing each time how your breath is, where your mind's going, how your body feels. As we revisit tree again, just noticing the space in your outer right hip. Notice if you can lengthen out your breath. And finding standing, hand to big toe pose. Stretching your right leg out. So making sure that your right leg is coming straight out instead of kind of at a diagonal or off to the side. Again, if your right hamstring isn't quite open, you can keep the knee bent, but keep lengthening through the crown of your head and keep reaching your left hand up. Soft bend in your standing leg. And this is where we are going to add dancer. So with the right hand, grab hold of your inner arch, not the outside of your foot. So as I am pressing my foot into my right palm, I am stretching my right toes up towards the ceiling. And with that same energy, I am reaching out through my left hand as my left knee is slightly bent. Breaking the pose, and bring the hands to heart center, deepen your breath. We are going to move to the other side. So standing on the right foot, coming into tree pose on the right side, just noticing, keep shifting your left knee back, navel drawn in, soft bend in your standing leg, as you reach your arms up overhead with your palms coming together. Bring your hands to heart center. Take your peace fingers around your left big toe. Reach your right arm up and extend your left leg long. And just having a soft gaze, looking forward. Keep shifting your left hip back. Keep shifting your left shoulder back. And taking your time, come into dancer on the right side. So if you are like me, I'm about to lose my balance. And stopping there, and then I'm going to come back into it. So I can have held it for 10 cycles of breath. So really pressing the foot into my left palm. I'm reaching my right hand away from me. My core is engaged. On this side, I was gazing down. And reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Step it back. We're going to hold plank 10 cycles of breath. So my feet are close to hip distance apart. Last active posture of the sequence. My hands are shoulder width apart. I'm pressing the ground away. I'm drawing my navel in. I'm spinning my inner thighs up. And I am deepening my breath. You can always drop down to your knees if you care to modify, but keep stacking the shoulders over your wrist. Continue to breathe, and with your exhale, lower all the way down. And sit it back into child's pose. So knees wide, big toes to touch. Stretch your arms straight out. Relax your forehead. Deepen your breath. Pass through tabletop, cross out your shins, have a seat, extend your legs out, reach your arms up, Paschimottanasana, peace fingers around your big toes, lengthen your spine, navel drawn in, and exhale, fold forward. Just breathe into the back of your legs. Breathe into your lower back. Keep reaching through your heels and keep reaching back through your tailbone. If there's anything else that you feel like your body may need after this posture before coming into Savasana, please take it. That was just my variation of different ways to practice Sun Salutations. And just take your time. Come into a happy baby. Slowly rock back and forth, drawing your knees towards the mat. And slowly begin to extend your legs long for Savasana. And lowering the legs down. Keep drawing your navel in. And slowly release your feet. Relax your legs. Take your arms away from your side body, palms facing up. You can shake your head no, releasing any tension held in your neck and shoulders. So I invite you to stay here for as long as you would like. As always, thank you for sharing your time as well as your practice with me. Namaste.